Hello everyone, welcome to online class. Today I am going to explain you a social lesson of 9th standard. The lesson name is Our Constitution. So in this chapter you are going to learn about the Constituent Assembly, Drafting Committee and framing of the Constitution. About this already in your previous classes you have come to know some of the aspects. So in this lesson these three are the important aspects you are going to learn. Let me start the lesson. India had to face many problems soon after independence. All of us know British used to rule our country. Soon after we got our independence, we people faced many of the problems. What are they? Rehabilitating the refugees who migrated from Pakistan. So when we got independence, before that, previous day what happened? Pakistan has been divided from our India, isn't it? So who are the Indian were residing there? They came back to our India. So first problem was rehabilitating the refugees. So first problem we faced is rehabilitating the refugees. This is the first. So what is meant by rehabilitating means restore the normal life. So who came from Pakistan, giving all facilities to lead a normal life for them. That was the first problem we used to face when we got our independence. Then second is merger of the princely states. Second is merger of the princely states. So what are princely states then? So when we got India and before that also many kings used to rule in our India. So when we got independence, so the leaders wanted to have only one government. Then the kings who were ruling, they were not interested. Many kings they accepted the one rule, but some of the kings were there, they refused to merge or get the union in India. So that was the second, means to bring all the rulers or kings who are there to they wanted to bring them in the union of the India, means in the one rule. So that was the second problem, merger of the princely states. And during the beginning of the independence, and the third is maintenance of the law and order and are the challenges during the beginning of the independence. So third was maintenance of law and order. So this is the third problem we faced. So maintenance of the law and order are the challenges during the beginning of independence. So these are the three main important challenges were there in front of our leaders when we got the independence. First is rehabilitating the refugees. Second one is merger of the princely states. And third is maintenance of law and order. Sardar Patel successfully achieved the merger of the princely states and on provisions with the Union of India. So this second is there. See, this was succeeded by Sardar Patel. He is also known as Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So he took the leadership of merger of the princely state and he succeeded in that. Means he made all the kings to come under the one rule. Sardar Patel successfully achieved the merger of princely states and provinces with the Union of India. Even the challenges of framing the constitution in order to enable us to govern the country was also fulfilled. And third was there maintenance of the law and order. So that also was fulfilled. Now let us know about the structure of our constitution. So let me go for the structure of our constitution. How our constitution have been framed. The Indian Constituent Assembly. Constitution is a set of rules and regulations guiding the administration of a state. So what is Constitution? Constitution is nothing but is a set of rules and regulations guiding the administration of a state. So children, what is meant by Constitution? Constitution is nothing but a set of rules and regulation. Why they have framed? To guide the administration of the state. So all of us know now our India has been divided into states. So how they must rule? Some rules and regulation are needed or no? So that is nothing but the Constitution. Our Constitution will guide all the states by set of rules and regulation. This is known as Constitution. The recommendation of the Motilal Nehru Committee and the decisions taken by the meeting of the National Congress at Karachi in 1939 emphasized the need for the formation of the Constituent Assembly. So, by the recommendation of Motilal Nehru. Who is Motilal Nehru? He is father of Jawaharlal Nehru. He was a lawyer. So, according to him, in the meeting which was held in Karachi in 1939. So, first meeting was held in Karachi in 1939. In this meeting, so they will take a decision to emphasize the need for the formation of a Constituent Assembly. And as per the recommendation of the Cabinet Commission, the Constituent Assembly with Indian members was formed in 1946. So first time the Cabinet Commission has taken, means the recommendation of the Cabinet Commission, the Constituent Assembly with Indian members was formed in 1946. In which year? In 1946. What was framed here? Constituent Assembly. So this Constituent Assembly was framed in 1946. The assembly had 389 members. How many members were there? 389 members were there in assembly. And with the partition of India, the total number came down to 299. When Pakistan was divided, that time this 389 members was reduced to 299. Where? In Constituent Assembly. So first, before the partition, 389 members were there. So after the partition, what happened? The members have reduced to 299. And there were 7 members from Mysore princely state. So from Mysore, totally in this 7 members were there. So totally they were from Mysore princely states. The first meeting of the new Constituent Assembly was held on 9th December 1946. After framing, the first meeting of the new Constituent Assembly was held on 9th December 1946. First meeting was on 9th December 1946. And the next meeting on 11th December 1946. Next second meeting was on 11th December 1946. Under the chairmanship of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So these two meetings were held under the chairmanship of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So he became the chairperson of this Constituent Assembly. Eminent persons like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, C. Rajagopalachari, K.M. Munshi and T.T. Krishnamachari, Srimati Sarojini Naidu, Srimati Suchetana Kripalani attended the meeting. So along with, who are the members who attended this meeting and 2 meetings? So who was the chairperson? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Under his chairperson or chairmanship, the meeting was attended by the members are well known like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, B.R. Ambedkar, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Rajagopalachari and K.M. Munshi, T.T. Krishnamachari. Even the 2 ladies were there. Who were there? Srimati Sarojini Naidu and Suchetana Kripalan. And prominent people from Karnataka were also attended this meeting. Not only those, even from our Karnataka, some of the members attended these 2 meetings. Who are they? S. Nijlingappa, K.C. Reddy, Kengal Hanumantayya, Tekur Subramanya and others were also present. So along this, from our Karnataka, who were the prominent people attended the meeting were Nijlingappa, K.C. Reddy, Kengal Hanumantayya, Tekur Subramanya and others. So this is about our Constituent Assembly. Next, let we go for the drafting committee. How the Constitution has been drafted. The Constituent Assembly formed 22 committees and 5 subcommittees to examine in detail all the issues related to the country. So once the Constituent Assembly was formed, so in that totally 22 committees were formed. Committees were there. Again in this 5 subcommittees were there. So many committees were formed in the Constituent Assembly to draft the committee. Drafting means what? To make a rule or to frame. So the Constituent Assembly formed 22 committees and 5 subcommittees to examine in detail all the issues related to the country. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of one of the most important committees, that is the drafting committee. All of us know. So for this, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar became the chairman. So he became the chairman of the drafting committee. And he is called the chief architect of our Indian Constitution. Why? Means he took the major part in drafting the committee or drafting the Constitution. So he is also known as the chief architect of our Indian Constitution. The other members of this committee were N. Rajagopalaswamy Iyengar, Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, K.M. Munshi, T.T. Krishnamachari and some other eminent statesmen. Along with him, the important people who helped him in the drafting of committee were N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar, Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, K.M. Munshi and T.T. Krishnamachari. These are the eminent statesmen who helped in the drafting of the committee for B.R. Ambedkar. Understood, children? Next, let we go for the framing of the Constitution. So, up to now we have completed the how the Constituent Assembly was formed and drafting of the committee. Now, third is framing of the Constitution. The Constituent Assembly took 11 months and 18 days to complete its work. So, to complete our Constitution or framing of the Constitution completed in, means it took 11 months and 18 days. So totally they took 11 months and 18 days to frame our Constitution. Various discussions were held, and during these discussions what happened? Various laws enacted by the British government in 1909 1919 and 1935, the British parliamentary system, the American Bill of Rights, and the social directive policies of Ireland were studied, and some elements of those were incorporated. So simply they did not frame the constitution. Many books they have went thorough, and they visited many of the places also. They studied their constitution. So which are the important points were there in their constitution? They took one from that, and totally after that what happened? They have drafted our or framed our constitution. So when they were framing the constitution, it was not their idea alone. And Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he had visited lot of places, and he used to read lot of books, and with that he gained lot of knowledge through reading, and also by his experience and difficulties he had faced in his childhood. All of us know how difficulty was there in the olden days for the backward community people. So what all the difficulties he faced in his childhood, and other members' ideas in the committee. So all this together made to frame our constitution. Each one put their ideas, and they decided properly and framed our constitution. So simply it was not an easy task. So they visited many of the places, they read many of the books, and by some experience, and by studying other constitution which are good for our India, they have took one from each, and they have framed our constitution. And they got ideas for framing our constitution from where they have got idea? To frame our constitution, they got idea from the British parliamentary system. First one is the British parliamentary system. Second one, the American Bill of Rights. And third one, social directive policies of Ireland. So these are the three important from where we got ideas, means they got ideas to frame our constitution. The British parliamentary system, the American Bill of Rights, and social directive policies of Ireland, and were studied, and some of the elements of those were incorporated. By studying all these three which are needed for our India, they took or they picked from them, and they have framed our constitution. And finally, the Indian constitution was approved on 26th November 1949. So after that what happened? Our Indian constitution was approved. Only approvement had on November 26th November 1949. So after framing, after drafting, after framing, our constitution was approved on 26th November 1949. Then, and this day, and came into force on only approved. This is approved. And after that what happened? On 26th November 1950, what happened? Our constitution came into force. On this date it has came into force, means we started to practice it. On which date? 26th November 1950. 1950. Already it was framed when on 26 November 1949, but it was started to use on from 26 November 1950. Why they waited for a few months? One reason is there. What happened? In the demand for Purna Swaraj. So when British were ruling our country, what happened? The demand for Purna Swaraj means total freedom for India was adopted at the Lahore session. So when Lahore session was held, in that our Indian people, our leaders kept a demand for the Purna Swaraj in the Lahore session, which took place on January 26th. When it went, that was took on January 26th, 1930. So on this date, Lahore session was held. When British was still were ruling our India. That time in Lahore session on January 26, 1930, our leaders kept a demand in front of British for the Purna Swaraj, and it was the commemorate this event that the new constitution was adopted on January 26, 1950 to commemorate this memory. So even though it was approved on November 26, 1949, so because of this date, to commemorate this date, we have adopted this or came into force on 26th November 1950. Understood, children? So what is the importance of this date? 26th November 1950. And this day, January 26th, sorry, I have written November, it was January. So make a correction here. So it was approved on January 26 November 1949. It was came into force on January 26, 1950. So what is the importance of 26 January 1950? What day we are celebrating? We are celebrating it as which day? Every year you will come to school and you will celebrate now which day? Republic Day. Understood the Republic Day importance now? So because of Lahore session, what the decision they took about the Purna Swaraj. So they gave importance of this date, even though it was approved on 26 November, it was came into force on 26 January 1950, and this day now also we will celebrate as a Republic Day. Understood, children? This lesson in this year, only these three important aspects you are learning. In the next in 10th standard, you are going to learn about the preamble of our constitution and the salient features of our constitution and fundamental rights and duties and directive principles of state policy. Next year, you are going to study this lesson in detail. I hope you are understood the lesson. Go on studying. Thank you.